Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, sorry about that. My computer wasn't cooperating.
Man, I had that last week, like all last week. For some reason, Zoom was just not cooperating. I don't
Well,
know.
all of a sudden it went into this update of Zoom, and I'm like, oh shit. And I had to update it, and then it took some time, and then the link was bad, so I had to get the new link.
Oh
Yeah,
man, yeah,
all
Zoom.
good though.
Yeah, hey, we're here, and
We're here.
I like your background near the
Thank
bay,
you.
relaxing, and it's not real though.
Yeah. No.
No, you wish it was. You wish it was.
Yeah.
Uh, how's things been, man? It's been a little while since we've had a chat. You been good?
Everything's been good. We've been working and been writing and playing at the same time, so it's kind of been uh cool working with the new songs like on together while we're on touring, just talking about things. We have most of that done, so things have been good, man. We're just getting ready to finish this record after this tour.
Unreal, man. Unreal. Because you're coming back to Australia, which is really, really exciting. We came very close for download. I had my flights and everything ready to go. I was ready to see you. And then some little thing happened that kind of put everything on hold. Uh,
Right.
well, not a real little thing. It was kind of a big sarcasm. But man, I'm so pumped to be seeing you again. Finally. You excited to come back?
Right on, man. Well, always, I don't know why we haven't toured more often over there, but only thing it always seemed to be is always got tied into the festivals.
Mm.
And you know, now to finally come back and there is not a festival link to it, it's kind of nice. Just come in and play some cool shows and not have to fly every day and
Yeah.
worry about that.
Full headline set. I mean, where did I see you? I think it was Soundwave is where I saw you.
Yeah, that was 2012. Actually, when the Giorgio, I believe, first came back into the group. That was his first comeback show, I believe.
Wow, man. That was a good day. I can't
So
even
it's been a
remember.
while.
Yeah, it has been a
Been
while.
a while.
It has, man. And of course, we've got a few albums to catch up on since your last visit. And as you mentioned, you got one cooking right now. Uh, can we expect some sneaky peeks of that on this tour?
No, we kind of sneaky peek it around at sound check. Nobody knows. We just kind of play bits and then jump in and have fun with it and then stop, and move on to some. So it's kind of like we're just screwing around. But people now might start listening, but we're doing that a lot on the road, getting prepared for the next tour or just playing, having fun with some of the new riffs.
I'm so keen. I'll be up at the front doors, like trying to listen in on those those tracks.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it, man, because it's going to be a really good record. Eric and Chris worked really hard on a lot of really good stuff and challenging again for me on it. But that's what it's about, creating music and having fun with it and try to still create. That's what it's about, right?
All right, man. Absolutely. And you just wrapped the Clash of the Titans run with Creator and Possessed. Man, that looked massive. That was a huge
It
run.
was it was a good tour. We started touring with Creator South America, and it kind of just worked out really well. We always said let's hook up in the States, and finally got the chance to. And it was a really good tour. Just cruised through it, played some really great shows all through Canada and some places we haven't hit before. So overall, it was awesome. And then now just short break and get ready to head back. I think next week or this next weekend to start the run. We have a little one-off show in Turkey first, and
Wow.
then we'll meet the tour days
Man, straight back into it. And that's with Anthrax as well, right?
later. Right back into it. Anthrax as well. That's gonna be a really nice run. So tickets are going really good. So hopefully we have a dry, nice winter over there. You know what I mean?
Must be crazy because you'll go to one place in one side of the world and it'll be winter. Then you go to somewhere else and it'll be summer. Do you have to, I mean, vocally, does that mess with with your plan?
Well, it's, of course, when it's really wet all the time,
Mm,
and you got 15, 16 people traveling together in a submarine.
yeah.
One person gets sick, odds are it's gonna, spread.
Yes.
And that's the fight usually when it gets like ugly weather compared to like nice summer weather. Nobody's getting sick, maybe allergies or something, but overall we're a little more healthier when it's sunnier, you know,
Yeah.
less cells. But that's the thing when the winter trying to fight it, or run from it, or just,
Man, it's
I guess it's even worse now coming out of COVID, after you think about it, just you never know. They always hear talks, so it's coming back here and there. And, especially when we travel at the airport, we're just, you definitely still see a lot of masks again.
man, it's still it's crazy. It's everywhere. Like I feel like I'm constantly dodging it. I've dodged it. Like I've been at shows with thousands of people, and I've known people that have walked away and gone, "Oh man, I got it again,"
Ah,
and I've like dodged it, and I'm like constantly knocking on wood and just
me
man,
too, So I mean, we'll see, but yeah, that's what it is.
it's just craziness. But hey, I see you having a coffee. Is that one of your own coffees? Is that the Testament?
The Testament Brazen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's really, really good stuff.
Man, how do we get it down here? Can we get it down here?
I'm not sure if they're shipping worldwide or just the US. I'm not sure, but right now we just did like some promotional cans for the tour, but now they're going to start launching the stuff online. I haven't even looked at that, but I should probably know that answer. But if you can look it up, Testament Brazen Coffee, I'm sure you can get it one way or another. I know they send a lot of that because it's a lot of good thrash metal bands have coffees on this company. And so they send them to a lot of the mom and pop record shops. And, so it ends up everywhere, eventually.
How did that even happen? Like that, I know beers are a thing. You got skate day, you got all kind of different, but coffee, I mean, it's a necessity of life, but how does that even happen? Do you contact them or they contact
A
you?
little of both. We had one company we were working with at first, and it was okay, but it wasn't moving as fast as we wanted to. So we started another relationship with another company,
Hmm.
and it was all packaged. They had the cool artwork, and they had like a short list of really cool, popular metal bands that you've known. And the good thing about it is it's small enough of a group of bands that each band had their own selection of beans. Like I went through about 20 bags and different samples, before I came to the conclusion of what I liked and what we would like as a band, because we like it a little darker and stronger and heavier. And until we accomplished that, we just kept sampling and tried different roasts, and finally hit the nail on the head in the end, just in time for the tour. And now it's getting ready to launch here online. So
That's exciting. That's super. Do you collect your own stuff like that? Do you have like a room where you've got all the Testament merch over the years or anything like that? Are you,
if I took my bridge away, you'd see everything. It's in my man cave behind me.
hey, I might. I just, there you go.
Yeah,
Hey, see,
I
that's
got
cool.
I got a whole floor of an office and man cave here. So I got all the history of Testament everywhere. Um, you know, it's this is my little area of hoarding, I guess.
I don't like that word. There's someone else that says that, but I don't believe in that word. I think it's memories. It's like a museum. This is a trash museum. But what's the rarest thing that you think you've got of Testament?
Well, well, I have like all the cool original letters from our attorneys trying to find us contracts to get signed as a band. Just a lot of old cool stuff. I had Alex's Practice What You Preach guitar, the only one in existence. I had it here on my wall forever, and I finally gave it back to him. He'd come here and he'd look at it and like, when do I got to get that sent back or take that home? So I'm like, damn. I thought that was going to live on my wall, and that's gone. But yeah, that was a good one.
Oh man,
But I
that's
have all the old posters. I was always the guy at the gig where everybody else forgot the posters the promoter was giving us, and I'd snatch them all up and I'd take them all home. And so I have all the old first tours of all, like, everything. I was just snagging everything I could. So every now and then I open up a little web store of my own, every now and then I sell off my stuff like that, posters and special things I've collected, and just to get rid of and clear the clutter. So
Do you have scans of them though? Do you have copies for yourself?
oh yeah. Yeah, I don't sell. I keep, because I'm selling the rest of the guys' posters that they left behind. That's what I'm selling. I'm keeping mine. Mine are on the wall behind me. Yeah, I have every one first edition one of mine. I usually get it framed and
Yep.
have it. I have so much stuff. I can't put most of it on the wall, but I'll still get it framed and just stack it up just to keep it nice and preserved.
Have you ever thought about doing like a book, like that documents all that stuff? Like all tour years over.
That's kind of that's a good idea, but I haven't really thought about that. We are using, like, right now, we just did the reissue of the Legacy and the New Order.
Mm.
And those two vinyls that were released have 20-page booklet in it. And it has some of that cool old stuff that me and Eric went back and found of the history back, especially in them early years, old photos, recording in Ithaca, and just letters, and just all kinds of cool stuff that we just put together in these books. And so we're sharing that, if anything, on those releases,
Mm.
going back, sharing some of the stuff we found, because some of that stuff I haven't seen it in 37, 8 years, I guess, and to finally go, oh shit, I didn't know I had this. Wow. The first correspondence our attorney sent to John and Marcia Zazula at Megaforce, saying, I have this band called Legacy. If you have any interest, please call me. And all the original letters and just all kinds of cool stuff. Because when he retired, he gave me all the boxes, and there must have been like 20 boxes of history that he had stored from back when he worked with us. And there was a long gap. He worked with us off and on over, 30, our whole career. Actually, he was our first attorney in 38 years ago. And yeah, so I got a lot of cool stuff that he gave me, because he was going to do nothing but throw it away. It was just a waste of space. It's like, if you want it, it's yours, because I'm retired now, and I don't need any of this stuff to drag with me anywhere I'm going in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. See, a lot of
Yeah.
bands
So
doing this thing where they're doing museums on the road. They're doing like the walkthrough, and they'll have, like, I know Judas Priest have done it, Slipknot have done it. Is that something that you maybe consider? You could take some of that stuff, have the VIP experience where people can walk through and see it firsthand.
that's kind of a good idea, because we do offer these meet and greet packages, but it'd be kind of offer something cooler than just come through the table and get your thing signed. To actually have something like that would be pretty awesome, and to talk about and take some quick photos. That's actually a good idea.
There you go. There you go. So that's my one good idea for the week. Um, but man,
Thank you. I appreciate that one.
no worries, no worries. Man, Titans of Creation was the last time we spoke, and that record was just, man, it's still fucking good. I was listening to it the other day. I was like, man, this thing's so good. It still holds up. I guess, do you feel you're still trying to catch up?
You just froze up for a second, so I missed the first part of that.
Oh, really? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't.
It's storming around here.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel like you're still trying to catch up from that last tour cycle? Even now, do you feel like you're still out there trying to catch up with yourselves?
um, no, I mean, I think this is kind of what we do. We
Yeah.
make music, go out, play music, try and make more music, go out and play more music. I think over the years, just members getting in and out, especially drummers and stuff, and you know, we've had some great ones to work with on the latest records, but it's always make something different, getting something new blood in. And
Hmm.
again, like I said, the new record we're pretty pumped on. It's got some really definitely Testament, but some really cool new, some good stuff. I'll just leave it at that. But I think fans will dig it.
How's Chris going on?
He's good.
Yeah.
He's fitting right in. He's like okay, he's so young, but he's such an old soul, and we get along well as if, uh, he's not that young. So it's good, and he fits right in, and really solid as a player, really handy in the studio, and a good head on his shoulders. He's got a great attitude, just everything about it. And music, he got his degree in music at Berkeley School of Music, and he's applying it, what he's doing with us, especially in the studio, working in Pro Tools, and just a lot. He's been a real good guy to make a new record with, and we're having good touring time with him as well.
See, that's the thing. You have always had absolute machines. You've had incredible drummers behind you. What's the secret to getting the good drum? Because you can, rehearse with a whole bunch of people, trial out a whole bunch of people. But what do you have like a list of things that they have to tick off to be the drummer of Testament?
Mm, I guess once we jam, and just if it feels right, it feels right. If it doesn't, it doesn't, I guess. That's kind of how it's always, whoever sat down, if it worked out, is because it was supposed to. We have a lot of people in that seat,
Yeah.
So, but everybody we've ever played with, it's never been like, something bad exits. It's just things changed and didn't work out. And sometimes they come back, and sometimes they tour, and you never know, like, so, but that's just the way it is, and we're fortunate to have those kind of guys, as friends and ready to go, but I gave it to Chris for this record. He really, it was a breath of fresh air when we needed, when we were creating new music. And I think it shows on the riffs Eric came up with them.
Awesome, man. What about vocally for the new album? You've always been someone who I think is a diverse vocalist. Have you been adapting any different vocal styles that you've been hearing out on the road or with other bands? Because right now, especially in the death metal thing, there's the deathcore vocal styles that are getting around. A lot of people are adapting. Are you taking notice of that? Are you adapting some of those styles, or are you just
Uh, well, I think, I don't say if I'm adapting, but I'm inspired by some of that new stuff I'm hearing, especially Chris being as young as he is, bringing some
Mm,
newer, younger bands in that he's heard of that we've necessarily haven't like checked out, and because he likes playing that kind of style, new style, aggressive death vocals, but he's, the thing is, he listens to all these bands, and he knows all of them every time. Oh, that's this, and he'll know this song, and he'll know how to play it. I mean, he's that much of a drummer, he knows
yeah,
everybody's stuff. And yeah, I think that's kind of what he brought in, probably hanging out with Eric, maybe jamming and just playing, and Eric going, well, that's cool. And then them sitting down and just working on stuff, because it definitely is a different Testament record. And it is forcing me as vocally there's a wide range of vocals on this record styles, but I'm doing some screaming and definitely some death stuff, and more mid-tempo, voice. It's a little bit of everything, which I think that's what we've always kind of delivered on our records. It wasn't just one song, the same song to the end.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you're one of the best vocalists in metal, is because you are diverse and you're open to different influences and you're open to different things. Where some dudes, they get stuck in they just want to do the one thing from, you know what I mean? But you open to,
Well, I'm inspired like by like when I hear newer stuff and a lot of the death stuff, but I know, and I can see death for me. It's well, I can do that, but I don't want to seem like, okay, everybody's doing it and I want to try to copy it, because that's not what I want to do. I want to still be who I am and just incorporate it wherever I can at the right time, and
that's right.
and just and just stick with that, because I'm here after this long doing it that way. I mean, I don't know why I should try something else, but I am inspired. That's why I said I wouldn't try to make, but I am inspired when I hear that okay, there's other techniques and people and vocals with aggressive music are doing that I haven't really tried. So how's that feel? And let's try that, you know, and then I maybe have a chance in the song to apply it. And then, you know, I'm inspired by that second of the song with that vocal style or way I'm delivering it, you know. So there's things like that that make it, you know, to me a new, fresh, again,
Mm.
inspired testament, you know. I mean, vocally for me, but again, in the music they got, and you'd know it's testament when you hear it, you know, you would know, but it's just another different record again, you know.
So I'm so keen to hear this thing. I'm so you got me pumped. But hey man, it looks like next year is get well, you still got this massive run this year, but next year looks like it's going to be a big one for you too. Visit to Australia, new album. What else is on the card for you and the Testament boys?
Well, after Australia, we probably hit South America, and then we're trying to put another headline run back September, October, back in Europe, headline run, and then that'll wind up the year for us,
And
you
then
know. And then 25, we'll be back. So we're taking off uh next year in Europe for the summer festivals. So we'll probably have more time doing these smaller shows. Or I know Eric and Chris are even talking like had so much fun. Let's start working on the next record in the break.
oh
You know, here, you know, starting in January, let's start jamming again. Come on out, which is great. I would love to get another record done sooner than later. You know.
double record. That's like that's hectic, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like the creativity's flowing. You guys are on fire. We're going to see you down here soon. Man, thanks so much for hanging out again. It was really good to see you.
Right on, brother. I appreciate you.
I'll see you in Brisbane.
Cheers.
Oh, you're almost done. You need another one.
I know I need another one. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, brother.